Welcome to my new short series where I make fun of your ships. You don't want to be here? Did you click on the wrong video? Was you expecting me to love your ship? Sit down and agree with Jonathan Centilin 2815. Some ships in EVE strike fear into their enemies with their sheer presence. Some ships are so well designed that just looking at them makes you believe in engineering. And then there is the Barghest, a ship that looks like someone found an ancient floppy disk, got confused and decided to launch it into a war zone. This Caldari Gurista battleship is a part missile boat, part oversized mistake, and 100% proof that you can make anything deadly if you just strap enough weapons to it. It fires cruise missiles from a comically long distance, because why engage in a dogfight when you can be an emotionally distant sniper? It moves like it's desperately trying to escape the bad decision that led to this creation. It has the structural integrity of a lost AOL trial CD, but it compensates with firepower. If the Barghest had a motto, it would be, "I'm flat, I'm fast, and I will delete you from existence like a corrupted floppy drive." So let's break down what the Barghest looks like, an ancient storage device that forgot what century it was in. The first thing you notice about the Barghest is that it has no business existing. The hull is flat and wide and eerily featureless, like someone tried to fly an old Windows 95 installation disk into battle. The rear section is bloated and uneven, making it look like a piece of cookware that melted slightly in the dishwasher, but still technically works. The whole thing is shaped like a deflated air mattress, meaning if you flip it upside down, it probably looks exactly the same. This ship was not built for style. This ship was not built for intimidation. This ship was built by a team of engineers who were too afraid to admit that they had no idea what they were doing. If the Barghest was a household item, it would be a scratched up DVD that still technically works, but only if you blow on it first. The angled plating and the stretched out nose, giving it the distinct shape of a futuristic pizza box, because nothing says space warfare like something that should be delivering breadsticks. The angled plating and the stretched out nose give it the distinct shape of a spatula, meaning that this ship doesn't just kill, it flips its victim before frying them. The surface is smooth and uninspired. If you ask a 5-year-old to draw a spaceship, they'd come up with something more creative than this. The whole ship leans slightly forward, as if it is trying to avoid its own reflection in the mirror. The ship does not look aggressive. The ship does not look defensive. This ship looks like it should be in a bargain bin at the electric store, labeled mystery item, no refunds. If the Barghest were a gaming accessory, it would be a third-party PlayStation memory card that corrupts your data when you least expect it. Many battleships in EVE looks like proper war machines. The Barghest, however, looks like it's waiting to be inserted into an outdated piece of computer hardware. The armor plating is smooth and unsettling, like someone tried to design a spaceship using only Microsoft Paint. The flat, featureless panel screams low effort and copy-paste design. The hull is so awkwardly proportioned that it looks like a giant debit card floating through space, ready to overdraft your account. The armor plating is awkwardly placed and uneven, as if it was slapped on by a welder who was making minimum wage and had already mentally quit. This ship is not just impractical. This ship is the intergalactic equivalent of a bank USB drive that somehow cost $999.99. The Barghest do not use normal weapons. The Barghest do not believe in up-close engagements. The Barghest fire cruise missiles like it's afraid of commitment. It is specialized to launch missiles from obscene distances, because this ship was designed by someone who doesn't want to be in the fight. It moves very fast for a battleship, meaning it spends most of its time running away. It does fire so many missiles that at some point you will stop trying to fight back and just accept your fate. This ship just sits in the void, silently judging you while deleting your ship from the kill board. If the Barghest were a real-world disaster, it would be accidentally downloading a virus while trying to install the update for Windows XP. The Barghest is one of the fastest ships in its class, which is an absolute war crime because nothing this flat should be this mobile. It moves like a cheater in an online game who turned off physics. It warps into a fight just to immediately warp away, leaving you wondering if it was ever really there. It shouldn't be this fast. And yet, here we are. This ship wasn't meant to be a kiting monster. The ship was meant to be inserting into a Dell desktop and promptly forgotten about. If the Barghest was a computer issue, it would be a 20-year-old hard drive that still works but makes terrifying noises every time it loads. Now why does the Barghest look like an intergalactic floppy disk that somehow gained sentience and started a war? The answer is because Caldari and the Guristas engineer do not build ships, they just repurpose office supplies and see what happens. They don't believe in curves, they don't believe in proper ship shapes, they only believe in missiles, and more missiles. And in that respect, they absolutely nailed it. The Barghest is not here to look good, the Barghest is not here to make sense. The Barghest is here to snipe you from an unreasonable distance, kite like a coward and look like an ancient story device while doing it. It is flat, awkward and borderline non-functional. It moves like a spaceship that forgot how mass works, but it does fire enough missiles to make up for its tragic existence. If the Hyperion was a gym bro and the Cinnabon was a space hot rod, then the Barghest is the floppy disk that someone threw into the battlefield. And now we just have to live with it. Long live the missile launching office supply of doom. And that, my friends, makes it one of the ugliest ship in EVE. Like the video if you want more, subscribe, or I will talk trash about the ship that you fly. And I see you guys again.